I bet you've heard of PC Part Picker, but did you know there's a site that allows you to build a complete sim rig similar to PC Part Picker? I'm Lawrence, welcome to the channel. This is not a hardware video, it's a software video. Let's do this. So the website that we're going to be looking at is called The Right Sim. Now this is not a sponsored video. They did ask me to do a video, but there's no money, nothing being exchanged here. I checked it out. I had a very brief play with it, and I was like, the people who watch my videos would love to have a play around with this as well. You can share your setups at the end, so share your setups in the comment. I will remind you later in the video. We're going to do 4 different builds here. Firstly, just to kind of get used to it, because I haven't spent a huge amount of time with it, I'm going to build the rig that I'm sitting in. Then I'm going to build an entry-level rig, a mid-level rig, and let's spec out the ultimate rig as well. And to get started, we'll just click Start Building here on the middle of the screen. You're presented with this, which might be a little bit daunting at first, but it's really kind of all the various categories of things, and there's like a shopping list on the right-hand side. That shopping list is the fun part. So they're ordered like wheel quick release. I would probably say that like cockpit is the, oops, I just clicked cockpit. Cockpit is probably the most important one. So I would start with that one usually. The cockpit that I'm sitting in right now, and they've got a super choice of rigs here. That's some list of rigs. It's very comprehensive. I don't know how they keep the prices up to date. That would be interesting to know. I'm sitting in an ASR Pro rig. Absolutely love this rig. It's very nice. The adjustable wheel deck and everything, savage. So let's add that, and we can see straight away it gets added on the right hand side. This list will start to look a lot like your PC Part Picker lists do. The seat that I'm sitting in, I actually wonder if they have this seat. Oh man, they've a lot of seats as well. Let's see. Oh, rude. Can I search at the top? Can't search at the top. I've got brands though. Oh, they have Eau Rouge seats. Okay. The C1 Cold Fusion, that's what I have. And I've got the XL Cold Fusion. So the Cold Fusion is the seat with the ventilation. So you can turn the little knob and it like vents, like pull air away from the seat. It's absolutely fantastic. Put that in there, lads. We're at $2.5 grand already, and we only have the rig. And that's not even with all the accessories. I'm guessing when you buy one of these, like with a rig, you kind of always have to put extra stuff with it. Which I guess, oh, the monitor stand. Okay, let's go for a monitor stand. I am using the SimLab monitor stand. So let's see if they have that. SimLab, freestanding Vario. Mine's not the Vario, but it is SimLab, and it probably cost me, it did cost me around this. So let's add that, lads. We're at nearly $3 grand already. This is going to be the first time that I ever add up what my rig is worth. That's kind of a little bit scary. I'm only going by the stuff that I have on the rig at the moment. So let's go for, oh god, I've got the active pedals on here. Okay, let's add the active pedals. Oh god. Unreal selection of pedals as well. That is just insane. Insane. I can't see the active pedals anywhere. It would be nice to be able to just search up here. Oh what? Look at the list. SimCube. Active pedals. Okay, so they don't have the Active Pedal Pro. I guess this is the closest to what I have. I don't have the passive throttle. I actually have the 3 of the Active Pedal Pros. Let's add them anyway. Oh, lads, $7.5 grand already. Jesus Christ. This is, I know, it's somewhat. It's mad. Like, I did not spend the money. Just for the record, I'm lucky enough that this hardware was sent to me, but it's a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. I have a Moza R12 on here at the moment. Quick release, I have a Moza. It's actually, yeah, it's a Moza quick release that I have on here. Moza. It's really cool that you can see the quick comparison of the pricing as well. Add. And the steering wheel that I have on here at the moment is the GSI GT Max 32. So I'd be surprised if they have that on here. Let's go for GT steering wheels. You can't sort by price. You can sort by brand. So it's a GT wheel and it's a Gomez wheel. There we go. There it is. And added. Lads, we're close to 10 grand already. And soon my camera is going to be covering the price. So let's just put me in the middle down here. Now, next. Shifter. The shifter. Oh, God. I've got the BDH shifter on here. Lads, I should have really thought about building my rig. That brings us up to 10.6. The handbrake I have on here is the Housingfeld. This is actually, it's nice and quick to add stuff on here. Housingfeld handbrake is here. Then I don't have a button. Well, I've got the Steam Deck on here. A Stream Deck even. Stream Deck's not listed here. Okay. And I don't have a harness. What accessories can I put on here? I don't have any of those accessories. So that's the rig that I'm sitting in right now. 11 grand. Jesus. And that doesn't include a PC or monitors or cables or accessories on the rig. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's kind of mad. Next up, I'm going to build an entry-level rig. I want to build something that I would genuinely recommend and that I have recommended to people in the past. Let's see if we can do that. So I just went back in and there's no easy way to reset or do a new build. I'm guessing, okay, there are little bins here. You can just remove from the category. Oh, didn't mean to click into that. It'd be nice if you could just click one button and start again. Again, we'll go cockpit first. We're going for a budget here. So, for a budget cockpit, what's a good budget cockpit? See, I haven't reviewed lots of them, and I don't want to stray people in the wrong direction. I would say in North America, the ASR1 is a solid start. I would say in Europe, I guess I can only really go from my experience so we're going for solid rigs, but there are also other really great rigs that you can get for cheaper. But one that you could, like an entry-level rig that you might not ever need to upgrade. Does that make sense? I'm not sure, because like if you're very budget conscious, the likes of these Next Level Racing GT Lite or the Playseat Challenge, they're really good, but long term people end up upgrading them. So if we look for, where's SimLab? SimLab. I can't even see SimLab here somewhere. Where's SimLab? Oh, SimLab. The SimLab GT1 Evo. That is probably my go-to over here on the right-hand side of the screen. I think we'll go for that one first. I guess that's the one that I have the most experience with. What about, like, Track Racer has some really good options. That new Track Racer, the TR40, really impressed me, and that was super cheap. I don't see that listed here. I see the TR80 Lite. I'm gonna stick with what I know here. The GT1 Evo added that rig. What are we gonna do for a seat? If it's a SimLab rig, I guess we could go with a SimLab seat. SimLab Speed 1 is 429. Track Racer seat is 299. Yeah, it would be nice to order them by color here. Sorry, not by color, by price. Because GT Omega. See, if we're getting one thing that this site doesn't take into account is shipping. So if I'm getting a SimLab rig, because they don't ship it, right? I'll be getting it from SimLab. So would it be cheaper to ship them together? See this Next Level Racing. So Next Level Racing seat here has an adjustable back on it, which is great, but there's always going to be more flex in those than in a solid bucket seat. So I would definitely go for a solid bucket seat. This GT Omega Chase Red is like 250. There's a black one here. That would be more my style. It's only €250. That's almost half the price of the SimLab seat. So I'm just going to add that. I'm sure that would fit. Maybe. I don't know. You might have to investigate that. Compatibility here. Yeah, it's got a little compatibility section. It doesn't give you a warning about whether it's compatible with the stuff you've already got selected. But we don't need a harness. We need a monitor stand. So let's click that. I would probably, if you're on a budget, I would probably go for the SimLab. Can we do it? I'll go for a single screen. SimLab. It's free. It only shows the freestanding ones. I thought they would have had the built-in ones, the ones that you can mount to the rig itself. But let's go for the freestanding one. Okay, that brings us up to 973. We don't even have a wheelbase and pedals yet. So I don't know, am I being very ambitious here? Pedals in the entry level, I think there is only one choice, and that is... Oh, I hope they have them. Fanatec. Let's sort by Fanatec here. I hope they have them. CSL Elite V2. The only entry-level pedal set that I recommend just because they're so good. Well, the brake pedal is so good. Throttle and clutch, pretty unremarkable. Shifter. Oh, I hope they have the SHH even. They do. It's behind my head down here. Added. You can see it here. The SHH. That is a brilliant little shifter. It's got H pattern and sequential. Feels like a bit of a toy, like when you're holding it, but when you're, it can handle quite a lot of abuse. That is the best combo shifter out there. If you don't need sequential at all, you know, maybe look at the Moza. But no, that's really good value, that one. Handbrake. I guess my the one that I recommend to everyone, because it's just very, very cheap and it's pretty good, is the Moza handbrake. So I'm going to add the Moza handbrake. Again, you don't need all of these things. Wheelbase. Now this is going to be a difficult one. Oops, just clicked something here. Wheelbase. Fanatec CSL DD, always a good shout. The Moza wheelbases, or 9 or 12, always good as well. I find the Moza wheels, once you get above the ES wheel, this kind of the standard wheel, they get a little bit heavy for the R9. The R12 as well is, you know, not as, like I have the R12 on my rig at the moment with the GSI wheel. It just struggles a little bit to throw that around. So lighter steering wheels definitely better when you're sub, you know, 10 Newton meters or whatever. Ace got lots of great options there. Oh, the Camus, hang on. The Camus C12 would be a great option here. Oh, we've only got the C5 here. This one might be mislabeled because that's a C5. I think this might be the C12 that they meant here. Because that's a great wheel. That would be a decent option. The force feedback is unbelievable. So good. So we're at 1,829. When we buy the C12, this is supposed to be the C12, it's just mislabeled. All this data must be manually input as well, which I'd say is the hardest part about this. And actually, one thing that I've wondered is when you do click buy, so let's say we click buy on the Fanatec. Let's just see what the URL at the top. We click buy. it's not an affiliate link. So I wonder how they're making money. What about when we click SimLab? Oh, here we go. It's got affiliate data in there. So maybe they're signing up for various affiliate programs and then they are sending you to those affiliate pages. Now, one thing that if you're doing that, you should really disclose that they're affiliate links. There's nothing wrong with them being affiliate links, just you do have to disclose it. It's just a general, like a general rule you have to disclose, because otherwise you might be misleading people, tricking people into buying stuff. Anyway, that was a slight tangent. I don't need a steering wheel because the R12 has the wheel built in. So that brings us to 1,829 for a complete setup. Handbrake, steering wheel, a really good rig that you probably never need to upgrade, a really good seat that you never need to upgrade. That's a pretty good combo and a pretty good price. That's our entry level. Next up, we're going to build the rig that I imagine I would have. It would be a fairly mid-range rig. We're going to build that one. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I think this is the rig that I would have. So I had a Simatech K2 rig. I wonder if they have the Simatech stuff on here. Filters. Oh. Because I wonder, would I still have... No, they don't have Simatech on here. I would probably have either a track racer or a SimLab. I did choose the SimLab P1X, so I think that I'd have the P1X. Can you still even get the P1X? The P1X Pro. So that's probably the rig that I'd have. Wheelbase. Oh, hang on. Let's go to seat. What seat would I have? If I was buying a P1X, I would definitely have a SimLab seat. So I would probably go for something like the Speed 3 maybe. Okay. Monitor stand. Definitely triple standalone. So let's go choose that one. Where is it? Vario triples. Jesus, we're already at 1,729, which is close to the entire cost of the previous. Knowing what I know now, pedals wise, I have a favorite in the price bracket where I would like to be if I was buying pedals, and so I do like the SimForge pedals. I think they're really good, and I can't really argue with the price. So I think if it was me and my money, my real money, the SimForge are excellent value. I also like the SimLab XP1 pedals, but they're almost twice the price, which they're still great value, but you get the base plate and everything here. So I think the SimForge, they would be the type of pedal that would have appealed to me if I wasn't a YouTuber, didn't have loads of different types of pedals. I think they are an excellent pedal set. I was able to tune them and tweak them really well. Wheelbase. Now, I bought the Simagic M10 when I originally had it. Realistically, I think I would have probably gone for a Simagic Alpha once the M10 stopped being supported. So I think having had an M10, which is 10 Newton meters, I would have gone to the Alpha. I'm pretty sure I would have. We're at 3,000 already. Jesus Christ. Now, I wouldn't have bought all this in one go. I would have upgraded over time. I had the SHH shifter, and I loved it. I also had a Fanatec shifter. I loved that too. My Fanatec shifter broke on me. So I probably, because I like the combo of H pattern, and I guess it makes sense because this is the one that I recommend to people anyway, the Simagic DS8X. It's expensive. Oh, that's kind of interesting here. It shows it in dollars and it shows the estimate in euro price as well. That's interesting. Quick release, I guess. Simagic quick release, but you get a quick release with all the steering wheels anyway. Which steering wheel would I have? Because I would have bought before. I mean, like the sensible money is just having a Simagic GT Neo. Can I add multiple wheels? Oh, that's a big thing. All right. So if the developers are watching this, I'd love to be able to add multiple wheels. Many people will want both a GT wheel and a Formula wheel, especially when it comes to the pricing of the SimMagic stuff. I think, yeah, if it was my money, real money. See, I've always been obsessed with wheels with a screen in them, though. But I think knowing what I know, the GT Neo would be enough for me. That comes with a quick release, so I wouldn't need anything there. That would bring me to 3,000. Oh, I'd need a handbrake. Handbrake wise, my favorite handbrake. I like the housing felt, like the Moza. Didn't like the Thrustmaster. Fanatec is decent, but you still need that adapter as well. There is the V&M V1. I liked that. But I think that I like the SimMagic hydraulic as well. I like the Mecha, but I think the only realistic one that would have been good enough for me, probably SimMagic. It's twice the price of the Moza. Is it twice as good? No, it's not. But I would have never, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I wouldn't have ever touched the Moza one, and I would have just trusted SimMagic. So I probably would have gone with SimMagic. People tend to stick to what they know. This is all hypothetical, of course. Button box, I wouldn't bother. Accessory, I would probably have like a DDU, like a display. But there's no display here. So that's what, if the developers are watching, I'd love a section for displays in accessories. And I'd love to be able to add multiple accessories. Harness, who really has a harness? Unless you have a seatbelt tensioner. I don't think anybody uses a harness in a rig unless they have a belt tensioner. I don't know. So that is probably what I would have if I was not a YouTuber. And this is, like, that is realistically what I would spend. And it's frightening that that's a quarter. Sorry, it's about a third of what's actually on my rig at the moment, which is crazy. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. And finally, let's go full ham and let's just put the most expensive one of whatever we can find on there and see what the most expensive rig we can build is. All right, finally, let's build the most expensive. Let's go straight into the steering wheels. What's the most expensive wheel we can... Again, we can't order these by price. I would really love to order them by price. Got the P1 Sim... Cube Control CSX3, that is, oh, the SimLab Mercedes wheel. That's expensive. Have they got a Cosworth? Remember that Cosworth rim? Or is it under Simra? Rexing does expensive wheels, I think. Not as expensive. What expensive wheels do we have here? I think that Mercedes wheel. Oh, the Acetec Invicta. A lovely wheel as well. The Moza Lambo rim. Oh my god, like this is like a playground, isn't it? It's so cool. It would have to be the Mercedes rim, right? Here. Let's add the Mercedes rim. Wheelbase. Which wheelbase would we have? I guess if you had silly money and you were just throwing it at it, you'd have to go for the SimiCube, right? The SimiCube Ultimate. There we go, added. We're at $5,000 already. We'd need a quick release for that. So it would be the SimiCube quick release. What pedals would we go for? This is interesting. I mean, it'd have to be the ultimate. Sorry, the whatchamacallit, SimiCube pedals, right? SimMagic, SimJack, SimiCube. So it would have to be the active pedals. Rig wise, what's the most expensive rig? I wonder are there any complete motion rigs in here? Again, I'd love to order it by price just so I could see it. And I think a consumer who wants to get value from this would... Oh, here we go. ProSimU, 10 grand. We're not going to find one more expensive than 10 grand, are we? Going purely by the looks. Now, Pro Sim U, 10 grand rig, no idea how good it is. Shifter, gonna have to be the BDH, right? Oh, they've got the Pro Sim. No, it's gonna have to be the BDH shifter. Yeah, let's go for that. We're at 22,000 euro. Oh my god. Seat, again, it's gonna have to be the Eau Rouge. I think that's the most expensive seat here. There are no seats that are 4 figures. The C1 Cold Fusion, where is it? Eau Rouge. There we go. 22,300. Handbrake. Go for the SimMagic. The hydraulic SimMagic handbrake. Oh, there's a Racework one. That's 870. 870 euro for a handbrake. Are you mental? Let's throw in an old button box. I love... Where is it? I love the Precision Sim Engineering Pro Switch panel. I'm going to add that. Monitor stand. Jeez, I got too excited and skipped the monitor stand. What's the most expensive monitor stand here? Oh, okay, we've got the RC TV stand, TX90. That's for like the huge TVs. So again, let me move myself over into the middle so that you guys can see the price. That's at 25,100. A harness, wouldn't bother with a harness. What's the most expensive accessory we can add? I mean, nothing that we'd need, right? Nothing that we'd need. So 25 grand, the most expensive. You can spend a lot more than this on a rig. One thing that I want to show you guys, and I encourage everybody to just either build your own rig or build your dream rig, the one you're working towards or whatever, and then click share your setup. And once you have that, it'll copy it to the clipboard and then paste it in the comments below. I would love to see all the stuff that you configure. So there we go. This is the first in, I guess, a series of software videos. This is kind of a nice light one to ease us into it. If you like this content, it's different to my normal hardware reviews. It's different to my, it's not really an entertainment thing or whatever. Even though this is fun, it's a lot of fun to do this. And I like when new companies emerge and they want to do stuff like this. If there's more software that you want me to deep dive into, even software that I already use, the likes of Coach Dave Delta, people do message me and they ask me, well, what's the benefit of it? And maybe I could demonstrate that. There is software that can help you with your braking, even iRacing or Assetto Corsa or whatever. If you want me to deep dive into those, I can do. Please do share your setups in the comments below. I would love if you go and have a play with this. It would really help them. And any feedback that you have, please put it in the comments below as well. Let's help these developers. I can't do this for all companies, but if you do have a company and you've got a novel solution to something that sim racers might like, and if people are watching the videos, because that's kind of a big thing, if there's demand for it, people will watch it. If not, I'll probably tell you if you message me. But if you have a novel product, I don't charge for this. I just give a little bit of exposure and give my honest opinions on it. There is no exchange of money, no sponsorships, nothing like that. And honestly, the smaller the company, the better. But please do make sure, like what we saw here with this, the right sim, that it is of a usable standard. I didn't see any bugs there other than the typo for the Kama C12. It was down as C5. Didn't see any issues here. It's very, very simple. I'd like if they highlighted that their affiliate links that they're adding to it. It would be super cool if people could also support maybe I don't know. I don't know how you would monetize something like this. It is very, very fun to play with. Maybe encouraging people to share. I don't know how you would monetize this. I'm trying to see, the business model, the value. Once you have everything added to your list, there is no real easy way to just hit buy all of this, because the orchestration of getting everything shipped to your door is virtually impossible, because you could be doing this from all over the world. Kind of similar to PC Part Picker, even though they have nice integrations with a lot of websites that do allow you to, order all the parts from one place or whatever. In sim racing, there aren't really huge warehouses that allow you to do everything. If you live near a micro center or whatever, and you just want to spec out what you think you'd like, this is probably good. If you want to build your existing rig and add stuff to it, I don't know if there's much value in that. It doesn't really show if stuff is compatible or not compatible. They do have some suggestions on their homepage, and they're actually pretty good. So they've got like a rally drift simulator for 2,500, and it's actually really good. They've done a good job. The people who have developed this know about sim racing. One thing I will say is I clicked on one of the SimLab links, and it brought me to the French page for that product. So the people who made the right sim are French, so you might end up on some French websites. That's just something that I noticed as well. But it's very cool. It's a fun way to pass 5 minutes, and it's a fun thing to share with your friends. Like in your community, it's cool to just send them a link and show them what you're working with. Yeah, it would be probably really cool for me if I could use this. You know, when people type !rig, it would be really cool if I could show what's on my rig at the moment, and if maybe used my affiliate links. That would be cool. It would be nice if my reviews were kind of linked into this somehow. I guess you'd have to get permission from the people who do the reviews. Anyway, I'll give them a lot of that feedback. If you have any feedback like that for them, again, in the comments with your links to your builds. I'd love to see some cool builds here. And that's it. I'm Lawrence. I'll chat to you later. Good luck.